Hello and welcome to another video from FPL Camp. Before we begin, please like and share the video and also subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot to us. I always take a set and forget goalkeeper without the added headache of rotation. For me, it is the Watford duo of Bachmann and Foster, who together kept 23 clean sheets last season, conceding just 30 goals, a championship record. Their fixtures are also kind, with just one match against the top 8 of last season. A lot of other good options are present for 4.5 million, like Dubravka from Newcastle, Guaita from Crystal Palace, Sanchez from Brighton, and Raya from Brentford. But having this duo just saves me the problem of any sudden benching as well. Next comes in my premium players who are just FPL royalty. We have Mo Salah from Liverpool and Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United, who was the highest FPL point scorer last season. The other options in the premium bracket I really considered were KDB and Kane. With Kane's future undecided, I am not considering him at present, but if he moves to Manchester City, he is definitely coming in my team. Now the Manchester City fixtures on paper are slightly more difficult than Manchester United, and there are other strong FPL assets from the Manchester City team like Foden and Mahrez at a cheaper price. Also, the first two opposition of Manchester United are Leeds and Southampton, against whom they scored 18 goals over both the legs last year. Bruno is going nowhere. Liverpool's fixtures are just too good and nothing needs to be said about Mo Salah. Last season I thought I could go against him in FPL and was badly punished when he scored a hat-trick in the opening game against Leeds. Not again. Supporting the two premiums are the left backs from the teams Robertson and Shaw at 7 million and 5.5 million respectively. Both are strong candidates for returns on both ends of the pitch. Robertson is 0.5 million cheaper than Trent, and the injury to Trent during Euros means we are not yet sure on his fitness. In any case, both the fullbacks tend to perform on the same level over the course of the season. I am avoiding any double ups on the Liverpool defense till we see how Van Dijk, Trent and the other centre backs perform post returning from the long-term injuries. Shaw was one of the top chances creator last season for Manchester United, and the hope is he gets some attacking returns with the favourable fixtures on his side. Another option was Lucas Digne at 5.5 million, but with Everton still being without a manager and their playing style unknown, I am not getting him in my team right now. But Everton having those great fixtures initially, I will definitely keep a close look on them during pre-season. Next in my team is the best value for money player in FPL this season according to me, Rafinha from Leeds at 6.5 million. He was at the heart of every Leeds attack last season, and he should get back some set piece duties which he lost when he was injured, increasing his FPL value even more. The best thing about Leeds is that the fixtures doesn't matter to them. They will play the same way week in week out, and that makes them a pick and forget for most of the season. Another one to look out for is Harrison at 6.0 million, who is supposed to get another season of loan at Leeds this season from Manchester City. He's another player in the same price bracket to keep an eye out for. Brighton were one of the top teams last season defensively from game week 20 to 38. Their expected numbers were right up among the top defenses in the league, and Lamptey coming in at 4.5 million is one of the reasons I didn't go for Sanchez as the keeper. Lamptey, if he gets over his injury problems, is one of the top attacking fullbacks in the league, as was shown in the few matches he played last season. Brighton's favourable run of fixtures at the start makes their defence a must-have. Another option in the same price range is Fofana from Leicester. Next up are my two 7.5 million forwards. Ollie Watkins had a fabulous debut season where he continuously returned FPL points throughout, even without the talisman Grealish behind him. Now that Buendia has been added to the attacking force, I expect him to be an even better FPL asset. Shame he doesn't take penalties. Aston Villa have 3 great opening fixtures, and the aim is to take full advantage of that. Callum Wilson is the main man for Newcastle. When fit, he is consistently scoring goals and is on penalties as well. Newcastle finished the season strongly, and although not explosive, with a decent fixture schedule, Wilson should return points. Luke Ayling from Leeds at 4.5 million comes into the team as a bench option for the initial game weeks, ready to come in if any of my starting 11 is benched for some reason. He had good underlying numbers last season but didn't convert them into returns. Leeds were strong defensively in the second half of the season, and hopefully that continues. The fourth midfielder is the one where I want to go a bit differential. These are midfielders from top teams within the range of 7.5 to 9 million, and there are a variety of options like Kai Havertz, Phil Foden, Mahrez, Grealish, Torres, Pepe, Pulisic. I want to target fixtures with this spot and keep on changing players to get some differential value in. As of now, I plan on starting with Havertz against Crystal Palace and then bring in either a Manchester City midfielder or Grealish from game week 2. Havertz and Foden both finished the previous season strongly and are expected to continue that form. In comes Manquillo as a 4.0 million bench fodder. With 2 spots left, the choice is now to bring in either a third striker of price range 6 to 7 million and play a 3-4-3, or to get a midfielder in the same range and play a 3-5-2. Looking at the players, the only option at striker in that range is Toney from Brentford, who had a whopping 31 goals and 10 assists in the Championship last season. A good player, but unproven in the Premier League, which is why I am a bit skeptical in getting him. Amongst the midfielders, we have loads of options in that price range of 6 to 7 million. Bueno Fornals from West Ham, Saka from Arsenal, James Ward-Prowse from Southampton, Sarr from Watford, and Buendia from Aston Villa. This is primarily the reason why I have decided for a 3-5-2, with Buendia becoming my 5th midfielder initially, due to his amazing first 3 fixtures. We get a bench fodder 4.5 million striker. We get to keep 0.5 million in the bank, which always comes in handy. Now, none of these choices are final, and a lot will depend on the transfer window, injuries, COVID situation, and new managers coming in. I have kept my bench very weak as of now, getting all first choice players, but assuming that the COVID situation worsens, I plan on upgrading Manquillo to a 4.5 million defender. This is how the starting lineup will be in game week 1 with the present team. Salah takes the armband and Bruno Fernandes is the vice captain.